What's good? What's good, family? Welcome to another spiritual awakening with yours truly, A.G. Green Sr. It's time to vibe with our tribe. So glad to see you, and you on tonight. Tag, share, and text. Text, share, and tag. And if you feel generous, which I hope you do, give some likes and comment generously on tonight. Good to see you all on tonight. My Christmas is good evening. Hillary says, hey, hey, hey. Hey, 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 back to you all. Again, good evening, mid-noon, morning, whatever time of day it is you're watching me. Whether live or in replay, you are watching Spiritual Awakening with yours truly, A.G. Green Sr. And I'm so glad to be with you here on tonight. Got some wonderful, wonderful, wonderful things to share with you. Let's say a quick prayer. Almighty, I'm so thankful and grateful for this moment that we have in our hearts and our minds. We are co-creating and sharing. We thank you for your will of power, your will of worth, your will of self-awareness, your will of love, your will of healing, wholeness, your will of miracles, signs, and wonders, your will of mastering the self is done in us, with us, and through us. Thank you for the power. Thank you for your presence. And thank you for the wonderful things that are taking place in our lives, even right now. And we bless you in the name, the nurture, the consciousness, the power, Yeshua HaMashiach. It is so, and so it is. Yes, 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 yes. So good to see our tribe showing up tonight. Thank you. We are vibing with our tribe. Now to him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us. I want you to type quickly in the comment section, I am powerful. As a matter of fact, I want you to speak it out loud. I am powerful. That's it. Type it in the comment section. I am powerful. Powerful by divine right, inherent right, given to us by the creator, source, and sustainer. Come on, type it in the comment section. I am powerful. And the power worketh within us. I am powerful. Thank you so much for typing in the comment section. I am powerful. You may be facing all kinds of challenges and things that you perceive to be difficult. But when it's all said and done, you are one with God, the creator, source, and sustainer, and you carry power. You are power incarnate, and it is well with God for you to own it, for you to know it, for you to be it. Thank you so much. I am powerful. Matter of fact, speak it out loud to yourself. I am powerful. What a blessing, an honor, and a privilege it is to walk in divine, inherent power. What a wonderful, 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 wonderful thing it is to have the self-realization, even self-actualization, to recognize that I am a divine species of being, the offspring of a divine being, and I'm so thankful and grateful to know it and know it well. Good to see you all. Good to see you all. And I hope that your week has been going well thus far. And I'm going to check in with you shortly. Just want to remind you, Patreon community is growing. It is growing, growing, growing. And I want you to use the discount code REV50 to get 50% off the first month on Patreon. That's 50% off the first month on Patreon. Multiple tiers in there. And we are continuing to add to our programming. And as I mistakenly put up before, we are ending a series, and we are also starting another series, a post inspirational posts on a daily basis. And these posts are designed to help you finish your year strong. I'm going to put up a free ebook for you before the year is over in our Patreon community, and as well as drop some other videos. I've got some scholarly presentations from Dan McClellan that I am booting up and preparing to share for people who are interested in real, legitimate biblical scholarship. But the series is entitled How to Finish, I don't know why it's doing that, How to Finish Your Year Strong, 50 Days of Power, Perspective, and Purpose. 50 Days of Power, Perspective, and Purpose. And it began today and will go throughout the rest of the year. We are ending this calendar year and we want to finish strong. So I just drop you a couple of lines every day until the end of the year to prepare you. And I've got some wonderful things that I'm developing for you for the turn of the next year. Shifting in identity, shifting in consciousness, we're shifting in awareness. We are owning the best portions of ourselves. And of course, I use some of our own people as models. Let's see if you know who's in your tribe. Who is this splendorous, beautiful, wonderful young lady on the screen now? Can you tell me who it is? Put it in the comment section. Can you tell me who that is? Can you guess who this person is? So put number one, this person, and then can you guess who this wonderful, beautiful, young, powerful young lady is as well? Tell me if you can guess and put number two for her name. All right, number two for her name. So it looks like somebody's trying to answer the question. Let's see. All right, somebody guessed it correctly. All right. Who is the second young lady? These are part of our tribe that I put up on the screen. So we got the first one. And who is that? They're naming each other. Thank you so much. You'll be seeing their faces as the headers for the most of the rest of the year, as it is associated with the post about finishing strong. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's see, we got some folk watching us on YouTube. That is Linda Nelson. Thank you, Linda. I see your comments there. Appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget to follow me at the various social media websites you see at the bottom of the screen, at AG Green Now on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Linda is saying hi to everybody from within our Patreon community. And we are, again, excited and delighted to have you all on tonight, whatever platform you're watching. Thank you again for tuning in to Spiritual Awakening. Now, I got to check in on you and see how you're doing. Got to check in on you and see how you're doing. What's good? Tell me about your week. Some folks call this Hump Day, the day that we are transmitting live, or is on a Wednesday. And some folks call that Hump Day because it's the middle of the 5-day week of what they would call, again, the work week. What's good? Tell me about your week real quickly. Just curious to know how things are going with you right now. How are things going with you right now? Real quickly. What's good? Talk to me. Tell me about your week. Tell me about your week. Tell me about your week real quickly. Tell me about your week thus far. Mine has been going, pretty good. My body is in the midst of fighting off some things. I'm thankful for a wonderful, powerful immune system, taking some natural stuff as well as a few meds to make sure that I stay on the right side of this health, which begins in the mind. Linda Nelson says she's blessed. I won't complain. Thank you so much. Let's see, our resident mystic, Wesley Turk, says, going good. Had supper with siblings last night. Wow, what a blessing, man. What a blessing. And Wesley's in his 70s, our resident mystic. So when he says has had supper with his siblings, that's significant. Very significant. Let's see. Hillary says this has been a very, really, really good week. Been a really good week. Feeling the energy from 11/11. For sure. Yes, I posted something on the portal. I'm going to comment on that in a minute. Carly wanted to share she won her volleyball game. Wonderful, Carly. Congratulations. And then so far, so good from my Krista. Thank you so much, everybody, for sharing. Remember, this is your opinion. It is subjective. It is what you believe as it relates to your life. And I just want to always check in, no matter how big this community gets, check in with you to see how you're doing. Our resident therapist, Pastor Jerry Cotton, says it's been a rough one, making sure I stay present with my emotions and thought life while grieving. Yes, services for my eye will be this weekend. Thank you for the support, tribe. Thank you so much. And we again send love and prayers and shout outs to our resident mystic, Pastor Jerry Cotton, whose aunt passed within the last few weeks. And we continue to send our love and prayers to him, all right, on this week. We want to continue to send our love and prayers to him and his wonderful family, his mother, surviving aunt, cousins, uncles, aunts, and others, cousins, I should say, and others who are grieving as well. Yes, we're sending love, definitely sending love. I want you to know that we are there with you in heart and there with you in spirit. Now, I have, I'm glad she brought up the portal because if you're new to this community, and again, uh, I have talked about these things in detail, but not in detail, I'm sorry, in brevity. Traditional, and this is not a traditional, we don't consider this to really be a traditional. This is not a, this is a deconstructing community, a community that's deconstructing religion. And although the roots and foundation are in Christianity, we have surpassed a lot of those tenets and principles, which are rudimentary and elementary. But I am in the upcoming year going to make sure that I tell you a little bit more about our connection with everything, including the stars, including those celestial bodies in the heavens, the energy emission, the energy connection, so forth and so on. I don't plan my life by horoscopes. If you've heard me teach, you know that my life is lived by faith according to the kingdom that is within me, the knowledge of God and the knowledge of the will of God and the knowledge of oneness and being aware with the creator, source, and sustainer. But there are some phenomenons that exist that have been honored and um, I should say honored in terms of participation, connection, as it relates to spiritual events and spiritual experiences that are connected with things that happen in the heaven. Again, you can see this in the biblical text. The biblical text, all of the feasts are centered around a solar lunar calendar. I can go on, but uh, traditions and spiritual beliefs that go thousands and thousands of years uh, in the past that precede Christianity have, through those spiritual divine experiences that those people had, there was an awareness of a connection that developed between us and the universe and between us and things that happen in the universe. So I try and keep you informed. I'm gonna do a better job. I've been saying this, I know, for a couple months, but I am going to meet. We have a small staff. I'm going to meet with them before the year is out so that I can get some support. And so I won't have to do everything in terms of, all of the stuff that you see, but I try and keep you in touch with what's happening in the heavenlies and show you how it can have a connection with us. So what does an eclipse have to do with us? What does what are these portals? What exactly are they? So I created these articles, and you can find them under blogs, somewhere under blogs, the blog category in Patreon. Read up on it, and what resonates with you does, and what doesn't, then so be it. But the 11 level portal just is, we're still in the midst of it. I believe it doesn't officially close until the 15th. And so I put something up a couple of days ago just so you can see it's happening. And if you want to, do a spiritual practice in connection with that, you can. If not, you don't have to. All right. It's just as simple as that. All right. So I'm glad that she brought that up. All right, so we've got some teaching that we're going to get into. Let me look at my time. All right, we're pretty good on time right now. And our resident therapist is going to put up on the screen what installment we are in as it relates to this teaching. Uh, Absolutely, the Dogon tribe story is truly amazing. Yes, there are ancient people who have been charting the stars, and from their charting of the stars, have had wonderful connections with the divine, with the spiritual, to interpret from their lens what many of these things mean. But as it relates to the stars and naming them, yes, the Dogon tribe is well known for those things many thousands of years ago. Okay, many thousands of years ago. All right. Yep. Yep. Appreciate y'all. Look at, we got some folks coming in. Good to see everybody. So we've been talking about conscious creation, and our resident therapist is going to put up what installment we're on. Thank you so much. Right on cue. Part 9, Conscious Creator. Part 9, Conscious Creator. Glad to see my sister, Pastor Janet Green, on. All right. And that's what we're going to be continuing tonight. This is part 9, as you just saw, we put up on the screen. And I think, let's see, I think I was dealing with the mechanisms of inner reality, uh, last week. I think that's what I was dealing with when I stopped. And I'm going to pick up our discussion. We're going to put up a couple of things as far as the text is concerned for us to look at from the biblical text. And I want my assistants to put up these particular scriptures real quickly. Matthew 9:29, Hebrews 11:1, and Mark 11:22 through 24, because we're discussing conscious creation. Let me put it up again. Good to see you. Our tribes coming in tonight. Let's see. And again, look for some more articles. I put some more posts up. And if you should have any subject matter you want me to write about or teach about that you're curious about, don't hesitate to email me or inbox me. Or if you're on Patreon, we have a community chat board that I want y'all to start using more on Patreon that you can communicate with. Let me tell you, I will be teaching. Let's see, where is that at that you put up, Resident Therapist Part 9? What happened with that? There it is. I will be teaching on subjects until I cross over. Uh, there are some theories, interesting theories about many things that it may take me a couple of years to actually address, to actually get to. For example, paleo contact in scripture. Paleo contact in scripture. Anybody know what I mean when I say paleo contact in scripture? And how paleo contact potentially is potentially impacting the text, impacting what's written, impacting what people believe they saw in terms of a deity. There's all kinds of teaching like that. It's going to take me a while, honestly, to get to it, because I got so many other things that are developing in me that I am developing for you. Let's see here. 9:29 NIV. Then he touched their eyes and said, according to your faith, be it unto you. I think the Message translation, I love to quote it, become what you believe. King James, then touched he their eyes, saying, according to your faith, be it unto you. Again, this text is telling us that faith is determining reality. What again is faith? Again, we've described a conviction of credence of religious truth concerning God, or a conviction of truth concerning God, or a conviction of truth concerning something. Where's that faith? In your mind. It's in your will. It's in your emotions. It's in your imagination. You don't just think faith. You see faith. And you don't just see faith. You feel faith. That's why I've learned in latter years that feeling is an important component of faith. It's not that you have to feel something for it to be done, but feeling is a part of our experience and further impresses upon the deeper part of ourselves to participate in the co-creation or co-manifestation of whatever it is we believe. So um, these are very important ingredients as it relates to conscious creation. Hebrews 11:1, now faith that I just kind of defined is the substance, is the assurance of things hoped for, things, situations, circumstances, events hoped for or expected. The evidence, which is translated as the proof of things not seen. Faith is the assurance of what we are hoping for. And we have the evidence of the unseen. The unseen are those things which are invisible in the physical three-dimensional world, but resident and present in us who holds the faith, who has the faith, who possesses the faith. Now, faith is confidence in what we hope for, assurance about what we do not see. Type this in the comment section. Type this in the comment section. Two things. Number one, type this in the comment section. The outer world is produced by the inner world. Type that in the comment section. The outer world is produced by the inner world. Type that in the comment section. The outer world is produced by the inner world. Type that in the comment section for me. The outer world is produced by the inner world. Thank you so much, Monica. First one, put it up. Okay. The outer world is produced by the inner world. Even as it is, we believe as it relates to creation, we believe that the creator order came out of the invisible. There's a scripture in Romans that talks about that. That invisible, the invisible realm, produces the physical realm, the visible realm. And then we believe that this realm first existed in a creator, source, and sustainer called God, called the divine, called the source, called the creator. The next thing I want you to understand is, and I want you to type this in the comment section, all reality begins within me. Type that in the comment section. All reality begins within me. I want you to type that in the comment section. All reality begins within me. I know that's a broad stroke, a broad statement, but it's true. You're one with God, the source, the sustainer, and the creator. And even those things that you perceive to be external to you, and maybe I'll spend some more time discussing from a scientific point of view theories about what many scientists actually believe exist or is non-existent, and what we see that is existent is based on what the brain is interpreting as reality, but they question if it's really there anyway. But anyway, all reality begins within me. I could talk about that for weeks. It doesn't make a difference what everybody else has. We believe in a creator, a source, and sustainer. We believe in the presence of other people. But as it relates to you, family, it begins within. As it relates to everyone, it begins within, period. What you believe begins within. What you accept or don't accept begins within. What you see show up in your world that you will possess or not possess begins within, family. It is as simple as that. You can quote as many scriptures as you want to quote. You can jump on your soapbox. You can do this. You can do that. You can do the other. But the bottom line is all creation, all reality exists within us. And the lack of the ability to participate in greater things is because of the inner reality that we have or that we possess right now. And that inner reality, again, family, is a belief system. It is a belief in something. We've been quoting from the great mystic Neville Goddard, who said, an assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact, end quote. Put up Mark 11:22 through 24. An assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact. Again, from the sensory perspective, when you are exercising faith to manifest an outcome, to the senses, excuse me, and to the physical dimension, it appears to be false. It appears to be false. In other words, there is nothing present in your three-dimensional experience when you began, when you create the reality within that I am a banker, or I am an entrepreneur, or I am a pregnant mother. Okay. The three-dimensional world does not usually initially reflect back to you the seed thought that originates in the moment. And speaking of that, some of you know I have an Etsy store, and on the Etsy store, I pray for people, and I have spiritual aids like oil and so forth and so on. So I prayed for scores of people, and I just got a testimony a couple of days ago from a young lady keeping me updated. She came for prayer. She requested prayer, and she was trying to get pregnant, and she had tried a certain procedure of impregnation numerous times before, and it failed. And so I prayed for her, which is the service that she requested from me, and there's a donation that she gives. And then when I finish praying, I give them what's called a prayer report, and in that prayer report is also some divine insight, and it's really a prophetic word for them, something I see about their lives. Well, when I responded to her, I revealed to her what was revealed to me. And then I gave her something to affirm every single day. And so she was so moved by the prayer, so encouraged. Of course, she gave me a glowing review, and she was been talking to me in the inbox, talking about how powerful it was and how she's grateful. But she gave me an update a couple of months ago to let me know that she was 7 months pregnant. So where she had failed before in the past, she was succeeding now in carrying this embryo, which is going to be, I believe, her first child to term. But they had tried numerous times. Well, what made the difference? The affirmations, again, creates the identity. The identity is one of number one, I assume the state of consciousness, I assume the state of being, and I am the person, okay, who's carrying a healthy child. But again, the affirmation creates the faith. The faith created the identity of that person who successfully carried it to term, who successfully carried and produced a healthy child, a healthy offspring. Did you catch that? Did you catch that? We didn't slobber. We didn't beg. We didn't do any of those things. I said a simple prayer. I saw her producing, and then as the divine, the creator, the almighty God revealed to me, then I gave her something to affirm. I knew the affirmation was going to stimulate her faith, but in faith is an image of an outcome, the identity of a person with the outcome that they believe, the identity of the person with the outcome. They are now inhabiting that state and inhabiting that space, inhabiting that consciousness, inhabiting that being. 7 months successfully pregnant after failing several times before. And you've got to know she's ordered numerous prayers since then and told her friends about me. I'm just merely a humble servant. I want to share that testimony with you. Let's see. King James, and Yeshua answering said unto them, have faith in God. For verily I say unto you that whosoever shall say unto this mountain, be thou removed and be thou cast into the sea, and shall not doubt in his heart, but shall believe those things which he said shall come to pass, he shall have whatsoever he said. Okay. Now, faith in God, family, again, in the King James Version, many scholars believe that is descriptive of what they call the God kind of faith. And when I came to the understanding of this knowledge that's revealed, that really is talking about a God kind of faith. Well, how is it that Yeshua is telling you to have the God kind of faith. It's not just faith in an entity, it's having the faith of a God. Let that sink in for a few minutes. Have the God kind of faith. All right. People are too busy in religion trying to separate themselves from God. People are too busy in religion trying to separate themselves from ultimate power. They're so fixated on the physical, which is temporal. They're so fixated on the physical, which is fragile. They're so fixated on the physical, which has its restrictions, until they don't acknowledge their true essence, who and what they really are as a divine spiritual being. And some folk even struggle with me saying they are a divine spiritual being. They just want to be a spiritual being. They just want to be limited. They just want to be shallow. They just want to live on the shore. They don't want to believe that they're anything dynamic, powerful, great, or wonderful, but you are. Type it in the comment section. I am dynamic, great, and wonderful. Come on, type it in the comment section. I am dynamic, great, and wonderful. Come on, type it in the comment section. I am dynamic, great, and wonderful. Type it in the comment section for me. I am dynamic, great, and wonderful. Let me see it come up. If you're hesitant, that means you need to transform your mind to be able to accept that you're dynamic, great, and wonderful. And that gives glory to the creator, source, and sustainer. Owning your dynamism, greatness, and wonderfulness. And if you can't embrace that, it's part of the reason why you're having a difficult time accessing an identity that has it all. I am dynamic, great, and wonderful. Let me see who typed it. Thank you. Thank you. Own this, family. Own this. I don't care what you did last night. You're still that. Own it. It is who and what you are. Let me go back to that text real quickly. So you're speaking from your heart. You're speaking from the place that you're thinking. You're thinking and then you're speaking. You're speaking from what you're thinking. You're speaking from what you're believing. You're speaking from what you believe. You're speaking from what you know. Where is that at? Within. This is a conscious creation text. If you say to the mountain and you tell it to go, you tell it where to go, but you don't doubt where in your heart, in your mind, will, and emotions. If you believe where, with your heart, with your mind, what you just said, you have it. There is no religious um, restriction, religious parameters. There are no um, religious protocols placed on the text. This, family, is a spiritual principle. Let me say that again. This is a spiritual principle. Christians think they own this principle. You do not own this principle. This is what I want people to understand. If this could only work for one body of people, family, here, these are the bare facts. This is how we know it is a spiritual principle. If it only worked for one group, then we would not see anybody else outside of the group having any success using this principle. Did you catch that? Did you catch that? This is a spiritual principle. Anybody who uses it, no matter what your background, your ethnicity, your religious affiliation, if you believe this text and if you utilize this text properly, it works for you. So it is not a religious principle. It is a spiritual principle. As a matter of fact, this principle I have shown you exists, family, in books older than the Bible. I've already shown you that. I've already put up ancient texts multiple times. Hindu texts, Buddhist texts, Tao Te Ching, the Tao. Okay, African spirituality. I've done that over the last several months to show you how this text, the essence of the message of this text, the defining components of this text, the principle that's in the text, which is spiritual, exists in other books that predate the Bible. There is no monopoly on spirituality. Lord have mercy. That'll stir a hornet's nest right there, won't it? Mm-mm-mm. This text is talking about being able to consciously create. And again, there is no monopoly on it, despite what you've been told. And this is why people are using this text, verse 24. Therefore, I say to you, what things soever you desire when ye pray, if you believe that you receive it, you have it. There are people, Anthony Robbins uses this text. He's made billions of dollars. There are so many people not in our religious circles. You can find this principle in a Hermetic text, Tristis Magistus. So many people. So many people. So many other people groups. So many other people religions who had this principle, and it is working for them. Again, that means this is a spiritual principle that works for everybody. I want you to let that sink in, because some of y'all are married to exclusivity. You are conditioned by exclusivity. And this is why some of your blessings, when I say blessings have been blocked, I mean your blessings have been blocked by you based on a flawed theological, philosophical, and spiritual reasoning, flawed thinking, flawed beliefs, flawed understanding. And people get nervous sometimes when I start talking like this. But the truth is in the application of these principles by people who are not a part of your group, who don't even live your lifestyle. My. Let's see here. So I was talking about the mechanisms of inner reality. Uh, this is what I want to ask you. I want to see if you remember the answer to this. And the question is that I asked last week was, how do you know what your identity is? I'm asking that question again today. I'm going to see who remembers the answer. How do you know what your identity is? How do you know what your identity is? Let me see who remembers the answer to that. How do you know what your identity is? Talk back to me. How do you know? And I'm waiting on answers to come up. I'm going to move into some review, some scientific and psychological, framework, which I've done in depth before. Just going to remind you of, a couple of wonderful discoveries from within the psychological community down through the years. Okay. It is what you think. That's a good answer. By what you meditate on. But there was one answer, and all that's true. But there's another answer that somebody put up that stood out. That is maybe we might call it the alpha answer or the ultimate answer. But what they said is true. It is what you think and is what you meditate on. But in the realm of thoughts and meditation, there's one thing that hits that nail on the head. She said, what your outside reality looks like. Well, that's true too. It is a reflection of that. It is a reflection of that. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? And I think it was our resident therapist who actually answered that with specific wording that's in conjunction with what everybody has just put up on the screen. It's all merged and married together. Anybody else want to have a try at it? Anybody else? Anybody else? Type this in the comment section. Here's the answer. My dominant thoughts define my identity. Dominant thoughts. Type that in the comment section. My dominant thoughts define my identity. My dominant thoughts define my identity. Type that in the comment section. Those are the thoughts that you think the most. Those are the thoughts that you think the most. It's your dominant thoughts. Remember, I gave you the example of the clumsy person last week who thinks they're clumsy. They have the identity of a clumsy person. They've taken on the identity of the clumsy person because their dominant thoughts are centered around, I'm clumsy. Remember, whatever is on the right side of I am in the English language, you become it. If you persist in it, it will harden into fact. I gave you that illustration. Mhm. That clumsy person is clumsy because they believe they're clumsy. And that's not to say that their physical constitution might not be weak. That's not to say that they may have struggles with coordination. They have all of that, but that's going to be magnified. And after its magnification, it's going to be crystallized into fact because they keep thinking and believing I'm clumsy. What if your dominant thoughts were that you were not worthy of a better life because of the stuff you did? What if your dominant thoughts were, I could have more if I had an education? What if your dominant thoughts were, I would not be sick had I not done all those people wrong? What if your dominant thoughts are, I'm too old? Or what if your dominant thoughts are, I could accomplish something, but I've wasted so much time and it's too late? What if your dominant thoughts were, out of those up to 60,000, some say more a day, that I'm not handsome, I'm just, nobody is attracted to me, or I'm just not intelligent, or, I've got to struggle at everything I do, or, you know, if I had more of this, I could be more successful. If I lived in a different town, I could be more successful. If I had more people who just, had, if all those people had just not done me wrong, I could be in a better place. If those are your dominant thoughts, that's your faith, that's your belief. And you are that person. Your dominant thoughts are going to decide your identity. Am I making any sense to anybody? So if you have dominant thoughts, and in those dominant thoughts, it's scarcity. If you've got fear when you manage the checkbook, if you've got anxiety when you look at your finances, it's rooted in dominant thoughts about finances, about struggle, about lack, about not having enough. I want you to hear what I'm saying today. Our dominant thoughts is what shows up in us in the world every day. If your dominant thought is you got something to prove and you always got something to prove, you are the identity of a person who always have something to prove. And at some point in time, you're going to become tired of always trying to prove yourself, and you're going to live edgy because you're going to think people are trying and testing you, because your definition of self is, or part of the definition of self, I always got to prove stuff to people. That's what you're going to manifest with situations that appear to say, I must prove myself. As we get into the psychological framework, there's a couple of things I want you to see here. Put it up on the screen. Self-fulfilling prophecy. Look like I put it in twice. Did I put it in twice? Let's see here. Okay, here we go. Merton did an experiment in 1948, proved that beliefs directly influence behavior and outcome, the essence of assumption. I want you to type in the comment section, my life is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Type that in the comment section. My life is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Lord, should I say it or not? I don't know if I should say this or not. Type it in the comment section. My life is a self-fulfilling prophecy. I don't want to. People think that prophecy is deep and there is some depth to prophecy. But let me tell you why some prophecies work and some prophecies don't. Number one, I've already shared this with you. I believe that if you're prophetic or clairvoyant, you're not just don't just have the dimension, don't just have the ability, excuse me, to see a person in one dimension. You have the ability to see people in multiple dimensions. That's number one. Number two, sometimes people are prophesying things of a version of a person that they do see that has a certain outcome, but that person does not believe, accept, or embrace the prophecy. And because they don't believe and accept and embrace the prophecy, the manifestation of its outcome never occurs. Again, because all of this stuff is coming out of us. People have taught for years that it's contingent. The reason why they teach it is contingent because some people have some insight to know that this should be believed. This must be embraced. This must be accepted. Am I making any sense to anybody? Now, everybody, though, who's watching me, you are living a life that is a self-fulfilling prophecy, and it is based on your dominant thoughts. Remember, there's the aspect of the brain that scientists say that is predictive, and it's processing information and aligning it up with your core belief, whatever those core beliefs are. And let me say this real quickly, family. This is something that you really, 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 really need to consider. Many times people think that their revelation is coming from the spirit, but most of the time their revelation is coming from their reality tunnel that is defined by confirmation and cognitive bias. And their ability to see the spiritual, to experience the divine, is based on that belief system. They have a bias toward it. And anything out of the orbit of that, they cannot connect with or embrace because within their reality tunnel, truth has defined them as whatever it is. And that creates walls, that creates a perimeter, that creates a boundary, and in a sense, a barrier. So this is why some people can't see beyond what they're told or beyond what is released to them, even in terms of greatness, and sometimes even in terms of the opposite of greatness, because the reality tunnel they live in that is defined by a confirmation and cognitive bias will not allow them to believe, therefore not accept, therefore not receive. So they continue to operate within these limited boundaries. Hear what I'm saying today, family. People who get out of the ghetto get out of the ghetto because their mind rises above the stigma, the fence, the boundaries that have limited other people from ascending from that place. In their mind, they left first. They decided, I will not accept the confirmation bias in your reality tunnel, that I cannot do something because I am this, I am that, and I live in this place, or I'm a part of a certain statistical demographic. No, their daydreaming, their visions, their imagination has placed them in a place that is well beyond where they were raised. They got out in the mind first. I hope you're hearing me, family. It became a self-fulfilling prophecy. And the opposite of that is still true. If you believe because you were raised in a certain demographic or part of a certain statistical category, that everything and everyone is against you, therefore everything must be hard for you. You won't be able to find, if you believe you won't be able to find the jobs you desire, you'll find it difficult to get those jobs. If you believe that you're trapped at that same zip code, you'll be living in that same zip code. If you believe that you're only eligible and qualified for a certain job because you lack skills or because you've been to prison or whatever the case may be, then you will fulfill that prophecy, self-fulfilling, and it's going to be based on your beliefs. And opportunities can be standing right in front of you that you will never see, that you will never acknowledge, and that you might not know because you believe it's not for you. You believe somebody like you can't have that. You believe somebody like you is not going to ever be able to pursue a path outside of where the boundaries or perimeters or the cognitive and confirmation bias you have developed says about you. Mm, mm, mm. God exists in the reality tunnel in everybody. I don't care what nobody say. It's the truth and nothing but the truth. And I don't know how these folks thinking. How do you honestly think that you're just purely having a spirit to spirit connection through a spirit to spirit perception with the Almighty? No, it's in your mind, not your spiritual mind. I'm talking about this brain that exists in this cranium that is being conditioned with a bias, a proclivity toward a certain belief or non-belief. Again, you are consciously creating a reality, and you are consciously creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. And you did not get the thing or acquire the thing or own the thing because subconsciously the deeper part of you, again, as a powerful, dynamic, spiritual being, believe you couldn't get it anyway, believe you couldn't have it anyway. This is why folks have coined the phrase, I'm not going to get my hopes up high. They're not going to get their hopes up high because they're so busy living in an older version of them that fail until that conditioning exists within them now. And there's a part of them that just doesn't believe they can attain certain things, obtain certain things, have certain things, live a certain kind of lifestyle. So they don't get their hopes up high as a control mechanism. It is a way to guard their heart. It is a way to protect themselves because there's a part of them that just believes that 9 times out of 10 it won't work for them, but just believe that some things or opportunities, that come their way, or most opportunities are not for them because they have disqualified themselves. If you disqualify yourself, there's a belief that you're disqualified. There's a belief that you're ineligible. As long as you believe you're ineligible because of whatever it is you have drafted into your psychological realm as reality, this won't happen for me because I'm a female. This won't happen to me because I'm Black. This can't happen for me because I don't have the education. This can't happen for me because that's your belief. And therefore, you continue to fulfill the prophecy. Now, hear me. The creator, the source, the sustainer, the Almighty will communicate, will constantly outside of the perimeter of your reality, try and send things your way. But many times people repel and reject it unless somebody like me pops up and comes along, or something else in your world gets your attention. I love the story. It is a spiritual, metaphysical, psychological drama. Moses is living in a confirmation bias, a reality tunnel, that he is a former prince of Egypt who will be exiled, who's exiled and banished to a life of being a shepherd herding sheep. The thing that got his attention, according to what the text says, was a bush that never stopped burning, a talking bush. Maybe I'm somebody's talking bush tonight. Maybe I am your talking bush. Otherwise, it would be a regular, mundane day where you're going about your way, just feeling that this is who I am. Like the horse with the blinders on, this is how you see your life. And this is how Moses was that day. Same old day. Got up early, leading the sheep out to certain pastures, making sure they had water, probably reading a couple of books, chilling in the cut as we used to stay growing up, just doing his thing like he did every day until something disrupted his pattern of thinking. I'm going to say it again. Something emerged that disrupted his pattern of thinking. I got to shut it down because I'm at the end of my time. But hear me. The Spirit is saying to you, you don't have to be stuck in this eternal realm of nothingness, this eternal realm of barrenness, this eternal realm of limitations. I have sent you a burning bush. There is something, that has happened before your very eyes. There is something right now that's happening during this broadcast before your very eyes. You are looking at something that's phenomenal. You're looking at something that's extraordinary. You're looking at something that is beyond the physical. You're looking at something that is supernatural. You are hearing something where you are that has your attention, that has caused you to turn your head from the sheep. It has caused you to turn your head from your everyday of self-defamation. It has caused you to turn your head from self-defeat. It has caused you to turn your head from shame. It has caused you to turn your head from the shallow. It has caused you to turn your head from error. It has caused you to turn your head from a mindset, from a faith, and from a belief that was crippling you, binding you, limiting you, and hindering you. Yes, the divine, yes, God will cause something to pop up in your life like a bush that don't fit. Come on now. It don't fit. The message don't fit. Hear what I'm saying? The messenger don't fit. The circumstances don't fit. It's burning in front of you. And what's speaking to you should not be speaking. Oh, my goodness. He turned his head. What is this that is not consumed? What is this that it keeps burning? What in the world is this? It could be a piece of mail. It could be an email. It could be a conversation you have with a person. That is a burning bush for you. Hear what I'm saying today. Hear what I'm saying today. That burning bush is what was necessary to shift him in a state of consciousness, to shift his mindset, to shift his consciousness. Did you catch what I just said? Did you catch what I just said? That thing popped up, watch this, in his reality tunnel. It popped up in a place, in a space that he had resigned himself to live to in complacency and comfort. Hear what I'm saying today. And it started talking to him in his complacency and comfort. It introduced itself. Come on now. Some of y'all need to talk to a higher level God. I need you to hear what I'm saying. Because your concept and your conceptual framework of God is so limited and so penile. You didn't hear what I said. When I say penile, I mean punishment driven, condemning, refining, and constricting. But he said, I want to show you something you've never seen before. I need to show you something you've never seen before so that I can get your attention. I need your head to turn, because when your head turns, then I'm going to get your heart to turn. And when I get your heart to turn, I'm going to get your identity to come into alignment with who I have declared and decreed that you are. And he introduced himself as the I am. Lord have mercy. And he's yet producing himself, watch this, as the I am, that is not exterior to you, that is not extrinsic to you, but lives on the inside of you. And the I am is definitive. The I am in this case is superposition in unlimited potential. Catch what I'm saying today. That can be anything and everything it is believed to be. Lord have mercy. Let me stop here. Let me stop here because I'm getting kind of excited. I'm getting kind of excited. I'm getting kind of excited. And I'm saying to you right now, I'm saying to you right now, I'm asking you the question, has there been something that has shown up in your life that don't fit? Has there been something that you see arising as it relates to your life that is miraculous, that does not fit, that wasn't there when you woke up, or wasn't there last week, or wasn't there last month? Is there something that is emerging right in front of you that's talking to you? Maybe some of you are watching me right now, and you see the flames at the top of my head. Maybe I am the burning bush speaking for the Creator to tell you that if you believe, you receive. Maybe I am the person who's been assigned, who's lit on fire to tell you that circumstances don't matter. Did you hear what I just said? Maybe you are like that woman who reached out for prayer that I just described, who now is carrying a healthy 7-month-old child who could not carry one before because she shifted in consciousness to the identity of the person who was pregnant and had a successful pregnancy despite past failures. Maybe I'm here to tell you as a form of a burning bush, oh my God, that you can consciously create in concert with God, the creator, source, and sustainer, anything and everything you desire. I need to tell you that it doesn't make a difference how much money is in your bank account. I need to tell you it doesn't make a difference how you're making a living right now. That can shift and change. I can tell you right now, it doesn't make a difference how much pain you have told, how much pain you have carried, how much sorrow you have borne in your heart. That can shift in a moment. I love what the text says. It says, weeping may endure for a night. Hear what I'm saying today. Night is not a metric. Night is not necessarily a duration. Night is not a part of a chronological season. But night is representative of struggle. Night is representative of darkness. Night is representative of resistance. Night is representative of barrenness. Night is representative of all of those symbolisms. All those symbolisms that where it seems like poverty and it seems like pain. It seems like elusive dreams cover you like a canopy. But I came by here to tell you, it's only supposed to endure for a night. Joy comes in the morning. Joy, morning, again, is not a metric of a chronological way that we quantify time. But the morning is when you shift. Oh my goodness. The morning is when your faith wakes up and stretches his arms and say, come on, let's create. The morning is when you access God in a way you'll never access from the inside of yourself. The morning is when you love yourself, learn to love yourself more than you've ever loved yourself. The morning is when you accept the self-concept that the Creator wants you to have. You start seeing yourself fearfully and wonderfully made. The morning is when your faith says, I don't care how much we in debt, conditions don't matter. I don't care how hurt I am from a past divorce or relationship, conditions don't matter. The house, I need 1% down, I need 5% down. And your faith stretches itself in the morning and says, it will manifest in time. Hear what I'm saying today. Oh my God, morning time is when your faith quickens to see that darkness is not strong enough to overpower light. Morning time is when your faith quickens to reveal to you through a burning bush that greater I am. is a part of me and with me and fueling me, empowering me and pushing me and co-creating with me and supporting me. Ooh, my goodness. My goodness. Let me pray. Almighty, I thank you. Somebody's watching me now. Somebody's looking at me now. They've been consciously creating their own hell. But I thank you now that they've seen and heard a burning bush. I thank you now that they have accessed a spiritual law. They've accessed a spiritual principle. Oh, yes. Something has shifted in you, family. Somebody is shifting into morning. Somebody, MORNING, somebody is shifting into light. Somebody is shifting into a fuller, deeper consciousness and awareness of their own God power. Somebody is shifting in purpose. Somebody's eyes, mental eyes, intellectual eyes, emotional eyes have become open. Oh, yes. And we resist any resistance, and we bind anything that's unlike us, who and what we are, who and what we are as the best versions of ourselves. Oh, my goodness. And I just give you praise and I just give you glory that you have declared a decree that we are fearfully and wonderfully made, and that there's a power working in us. And I speak that we own that no government could shut us down. No person can shut us down. No institution or career can shut us down. Oh, my goodness. Because if we say to this mountain, be thou removed, be thou cast into the sea, and shall not doubt in our hearts, but believe those things which we say shall come to pass, we are going to consciously have what we have said. And I thank you by Yeshua's name, his power, his consciousness, his way. Oh, yes, 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 yes. It is so. And so it is. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Talk back to me, family. I feel something here. I feel something here. Morning is here, family. Morning is here, but you've got to see it. Morning is here, but you've got to embrace it. Morning is here, but you've got to become the person who embodies and identifies as the light peeking through the darkness, as the light arising. There it is, skipping over the top of the hills, shining in your valleys. You've got to know that you know that you know, family, that morning is here. Morning is here because I have declared and decreed it is. Morning is here because I have the power to say so. Morning is here. It's a mindset. It's a belief. It's a way of life. It's a lifestyle. It's a way of being. Just like faith, I taught you, is a consciousness. The accepting of morning. Oh God, there are so many people who are used to living in the dark. They're negatively phototactic. They only come out in the dark. They're only active in the dark. They believe their finances are supposed to be in the dark. Their careers are supposed to be in the dark. They believe that their families are supposed to be in the dark. They believe that they belong in the dark. But no, morning, 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 morning is here. I declare and decree you have no more droughts because morning time is here. I'm going to say it again. I declare and decree you have no droughts. I'm going to declare and decree right now that you're accepting an abundance mentality, not a drought mentality, not a scarcity mentality, but an abundance mentality. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. I might be your burning bush, family. Maybe I'm your burning bush. Maybe God is speaking through me directly into your situation. Get ready for in the morning time, things shift. In the morning time, activity increases. Hear what I'm saying today. In the morning time. Oh, my goodness. Oh my goodness. In the morning time, that which was not apparent to you in the dark is transparent to you now, can be vividly and distinctively seen right now. It is morning time. I need somebody to embrace. I need somebody to know. I need somebody to accept. I need somebody to receive that it is morning time. Embrace what's yours. Know what's yours. Walk in what's yours. Come on. Come on. Come on. Did you type that in the comment section? Let me see. I want you to type in the comment section real quickly. It is morning time. Watch this. I'm getting ready to shift you now. I'm getting ready to shift you now. Hey, my God. My God. I'm getting ready to shift you right now. Here we go. Yeshua said, let your light shine. You don't hide candles under a bushel, but you are the light of the world. I want you to type in the comment section, I am morning time. Come on, type it in the comment section. I am morning time. I am the light. I am the brightness. I am the abundance. I am the opulence. I am the affluence. Yes, 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 yes. I am the prosperity. I am the success. I am the hope and the help. I am the support. I am the giver. Oh, I am. Come on, that's it. I am morning time. Oh my goodness. There might be darkness all around you, but I declare and I actually dare you to say to it, I am morning time. Ooh, you're lit up, as some folks say, like a Christmas tree. Hey, my goodness. By God, my Lord, I am morning time. I got to release you. I got to release you. I'm over time. Tell me what you thought about the message. And you have an opportunity to give if you desire to give, sow and release an offering if you desire. Cash App $ AG Green. You can use Zelle and you can also use PayPal. Thank you so much. I sense it so strong. Yes, yes, Melvin, I am morning time. There are some situations in your life that look stuck, but I am morning time. And I want to say to a Yoza, I am morning time. Deals are on the table for you. Deals are being discussed in back rooms for you right now, Ayoza. I am morning time. Your talents, gifts, and abilities have only scratched the surface and have not been seen yet by the masses. But as morning time, you're going to emanate such and exude such authenticity, such power, such creativity. Oh my goodness, such skill that is going to captivate people, family, Ayoza, in positions of power. Beware, because everybody who's presenting is not the one, but the guidance is going to come from within, from God, to show you which one you should take and build on something that's multi-record, multi-song, multi-tiered, multi-layered, that's going to create generational wealth for you. I see that. I see that. It is so, and so it is. Yes, declare that I am morning time. Real quickly, did this word find you tonight? Talk to me. Did this word find you tonight? Embrace it. Embrace it. Know it. Declare it. Decree it. Speak it. Mhm. Speak it. Own it every day. Your dominant thoughts. Your dominant thoughts. Remember, we discussed that. The text, as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Your dominant thoughts determine who and what you are in the moment, even if it's seasonally. It is your dominant thoughts, family. Catch what I'm saying today. Change those thoughts. Change those thoughts, and you will see your reality change. Ooh. Yes, 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 yes. I feel it. I sense it. I know it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to release you. I'm going to release you. You are great. You own the identity of someone who's anointed, who's appointed, who's powerful, who's loving, who's peaceful, who's gracious, who's abundant, who excels, whose leaf, whose fruit never withers. And whatever you do prospers. And you are the one who has declared and decreed that I do everything I do with ease. Yes, 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 yes. It is possible to embody that belief. What's difficult for others, you've made it easy. That's another discussion for another time. But I'm releasing you right now. Love y'all so much. Appreciate your support. And sow that offering or sow that seed if you desire to do it today. Shalom, shalom, peace, wholeness, and prosperity. Nothing missing and nothing broken. It is so, and so it is. See you in a few days. It's morning time. Thank you for being a part of this journey of awakening and transformation. Support the Light Through Revolution, Inc. by liking, sharing, and giving. Cash App $AG Green and $AG Green Enterprises. You can also give by Zelle. Anthony G. Green at hotmail.com is what you use. And Chime $Anthony/Green/336. If you haven't joined as a member of Patreon, now is a good time. We're a spiritual community that's evolving, transforming, and ascending. If you like what you have seen and heard, connect with us. It's time to vibe with your tribe. Also take time to visit theaggreen.com for the latest developments and just explore divinespeciesshop.com for spiritual tools to elevate your life. Your love and support helps keep this mission alive.